The objective of this lesson is to identify values for the variables in equations and inequalities that result in true and false statements. In previous lessons, students have substituted variables for values that made equations and inequalities true. Students have written inequalities and equations to represent a pattern. Today, they will extend their knowledge by using a table to discern a pattern or structure to the values that make an inequality true or false. Let's begin with our first problem. R plus 15 is greater than 25. Let's use a true or false table to record our findings. For example, let's substitute R for the value of 10. 10 is the substituted value. The inequality equation would be 10 plus 15 is greater than 25, or 25 is greater than 25. The last column asks if the inequality or equation is true or false. It is false because 25 is equal to 25. The inequality would have to read 25 is greater than or equal to 25 in order to be true. Let's try 11. The inequality would be 11 plus 15, which is 26, and 26 is greater than 25. This is true. What will make the inequality true? Any number that is greater than 10 will make it true. The solution in the form of an inequality would be any number, R, greater than 10. It can be concluded that any number less than 10 will make the inequality or equation false. This can be proven by substituting the value of 9 for the variable R. 9 plus 15 is 24, and 24 is less than, not greater than, 25. This proves that any number less than 10 would also be false for this inequality. Let's try another problem. A group of friends would like to make at least $48 for a new game. They decide to sell cupcakes for $3 each. How many cupcakes should they sell to make at least $48? Let's use a chart like this one to record our findings. The inequality to represent this problem would be the $3 per cupcake times the total cupcakes they sold, C, should be equal to or greater than the $48 they would like to make. Let's try substituting 16, since 3 times 16 equals 48. The inequality would be 3 times 16 is 48, and 48 is greater than or equal to 48. This is true because 48 is equal to 48. Let's substitute another value for C. Let's try 15, since 15 is just slightly smaller than the first value substituted. 3 times 15 is 45. The inequality would be 45 is greater than or equal to 48. This is false because 45 is less than 48. Since 15 was a smaller number than 16, let's try testing a number slightly larger than 16. Let's try 17. 3 times 17 is 51. 51 is greater than or equal to 48. This is true because 51 is larger than 48. Looking at the chart, any value equal to 16 or larger than 16 will make the inequality true. The solution would be C, the amount of cupcakes, is greater than or equal to 16. The objective for this lesson was to identify values for the variables in equations and inequalities that result in true and false statements. We met this objective by substituting numbers for variables in an inequality. We used a chart in order to find what values made the inequalities true or false, and look closely at the results in order to determine a pattern.